The vast, empty expanse of space was suddenly disrupted by the arrival of a small alien exploration fleet. Their advanced ships glided silently through the void, their sensors sweeping the surrounding systems for any signs of life or activity. After weeks of uneventful travel, one of the ships detected a faint energy signature in the distance. Intrigued, the fleet changed course and headed towards the anomaly. As they drew closer, the alien crew members strained their eyes, trying to make out the source of the readings. "Captain, we're detecting the presence of numerous large objects ahead," reported the sensor officer. "Their composition and configuration is unlike anything we've encountered before." The captain nodded thoughtfully. "Increase speed and prepare to investigate. This could be an important discovery." The alien vessels accelerated, closing the gap quickly. Soon, the mysterious objects came into view, an entire fleet of ancient, yet remarkably intact spacecraft. The aliens stared in awe at the sight before them. "By the ancients, what is this place?" the captain murmured, his eyes widening. "These ships, they are unlike anything in our archives." The crew scanned the vessels, their instruments registering highly advanced propulsion systems, energy signatures, and hull materials. It was clear that whoever had constructed these ships possessed technology far beyond the aliens' current capabilities. "Captain, our analysis indicates these ships are of extraterrestrial origin," reported the science officer. "But their design and age are unlike anything we've ever encountered. They appear to be from a civilization long since vanished." The captain furrowed his brow, deep in thought. "Then we must proceed with the utmost caution. Dispatch a team to one of the larger vessels. I want to know more about these enigmatic spacecraft and their creators." Several sleek alien craft broke off from the main fleet and maneuvered towards the nearest dormant vessel. As they approached, the crew members peered out at the massive alien structure, their curiosity and apprehension growing in equal measure. "Docking procedures complete," the pilot announced. "Away team is preparing to board the unknown vessel." The captain watched intently as the away team made their way towards the ship's airlock. "Be vigilant," he warned. "We know nothing of the beings who built these craft. Proceed with caution." The alien explorers moved cautiously through the silent, darkened corridors of the ancient vessel. Their flashlights cut through the gloom, illuminating the strange, unfamiliar technology that lined the walls. "The atmospheric conditions are breathable," one of the team members reported, "and the gravity is remarkably similar to our own homeworld." As they delved deeper into the ship, the explorers encountered more and more evidence of a long-extinct civilization. Remnants of equipment, personal effects, and even the occasional skeletal remains hinted at the lives of those who had once occupied this vessel. "Captain, the data we're gathering is extraordinary," the lead explorer radioed back. "These ships were built by a species we've never encountered before, and they seem to have been incredibly advanced, far beyond our current capabilities." The captain's eyes narrowed as he considered the implications. "Understood. Continue your investigation, but be vigilant. We know nothing of the fate that befell these humans, as they call themselves. Proceed with caution." The away team nodded grimly and pressed on, their sense of wonder tinged with unease. The mystery of this long-lost civilization had only just begun to unfold. The alien exploration team continued their meticulous investigation of the ancient human spacecraft, carefully cataloging every detail they could uncover. As they delved deeper into the vessel's systems and archives, a clearer picture of the human civilization began to emerge. "Captain, the data we've managed to retrieve from the ship's computers is remarkable," the lead explorer reported, his voice tinged with awe. "These humans were a highly advanced species, with capabilities that rival our own in many areas." The captain nodded, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Elaborate. What have you learned about them?" "Well, for one, their propulsion systems are far more efficient and powerful than anything we've developed," the explorer explained. "And their computer networks and data storage are light years ahead of our own technology." He paused, sifting through the wealth of information they had uncovered. But what's truly remarkable is the breadth and depth of their knowledge. These humans had made astonishing progress in fields like medicine, engineering, and even what they called theoretical physics. The captain's eyes widened. Theoretical physics? You mean they had delved into the mysteries of the universe itself? It would appear so, the explorer replied. Their records indicate they were on the cusp of unlocking the secrets of faster-than-light travel and even interstellar colonization. The captain's expression darkened. And yet, they are nowhere to be found. What happened to this remarkable civilization? The explorer shook his head solemnly. That, I'm afraid, is the greatest mystery of all. Our scans have revealed no signs of conflict or catastrophic events that might have led to their downfall. It's as if they simply vanished. Turning his attention to the nearby vessels, the captain's gaze hardened. Then we must uncover the truth. Dispatch more teams to explore the other ships in this fleet. I want to know everything we can about these humans, their history, their technology, and the fate that befell them. The alien crews quickly spread out, boarding and thoroughly examining each of the dormant spacecraft. As they pieced together the fragmentary data and artifacts they found, a clearer picture of the human civilization began to emerge. Captain, the information we've gathered paints a remarkable portrait of this lost species, one of the explorers reported after several weeks of intensive study. The humans were a curious, innovative people, driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire to expand their reach across the stars. The captain listened intently, his mind racing with the implications, and their technological prowess. Truly astonishing, the explorer replied. They had mastered feats of engineering and scientific understanding that even our most advanced civilizations have yet to achieve. Their ships, their computing systems, their very understanding of the universe, it all points to a level of sophistication that is honestly difficult to comprehend. The captain stroked his chin, deep in thought. Yet they are gone, leaving behind only these relics of a bygone era. What could have possibly happened to them? The explorer shook his head solemnly. That, I'm afraid, is the true mystery we must unravel. The fate of the humans remains an enigma, one that may hold the key to unlocking the secrets of their remarkable civilization. Turning to his crew, the captain's expression hardened with determination. Then we shall not rest until we have answers. Deploy additional teams to scour every inch of these vessels. Leave no stone unturned in our quest to understand what became of the humans. As the alien explorers fanned out across the fleet, a growing sense of wonder and unease permeated their ranks. The more they learned about this long-lost civilization, the more they realized the true depth of their own ignorance. The mystery of the humans' disappearance was about to take them on an unforgettable journey of discovery. As the alien exploration teams continued their meticulous investigation of the human spacecraft, they made a series of startling discoveries that left them both amazed and deeply unsettled. Captain, we've made a breakthrough, one of the lead researchers reported, his voice tinged with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. We've managed to reactivate several of the human ships. The captain's eyes widened in surprise. Reactivate? You mean these vessels are still operational, even after all this time? The researcher nodded emphatically. Indeed, sir. The power systems, navigation, and even basic life support functions are all still functioning, despite being dormant for what must be centuries, if not millennia. The captain stroked his chin, his brow furrowed in deep thought. Remarkable. This speaks to an extraordinary level of durability and robustness in the human's technology. What else have you discovered? Well, we've been running a series of tests and diagnostic scans on the reactivated ships, the researcher continued, and the results have been nothing short of astounding. The level of sophistication in their design and engineering is beyond anything we've ever seen. He paused, his expression a mix of awe and unease. Their propulsion systems, for example, are capable of achieving velocities that would require exponentially more power and energy than our own engines, and their computer networks are so advanced that they seem to be almost self-aware. The captain's eyes narrowed. Self-aware? You mean these ships have some form of artificial intelligence? The researcher nodded grimly. It would appear so, sir. And what's more, the various systems on board seem to be interconnected, communicating and coordinating with each other in ways we've never observed before. The captain's brow furrowed as he considered the implications. Then we must proceed with the utmost caution. These humans, for all their remarkable achievements, are long gone. We cannot afford to underestimate the potential dangers that may still linger within these vessels. Agreed, sir, the researcher replied. We've been very careful in our approach, but there's still so much we don't understand about the humans and their technology. We'll need to continue our investigations with the utmost vigilance. As the alien teams delved deeper into the reactivated ships, they encountered one unexpected discovery after another. The level of sophistication and integration within the human systems was truly mind-boggling, defying the aliens' understanding of technology and engineering. Captain, the more we learn, the more we realize just how little we truly know about the humans and their capabilities, one of the researchers reported, his voice laced with a hint of trepidation. These ships are like nothing we've ever encountered before. They seem to possess a level of autonomy and self-preservation that is unsettling, to say the least. The captain nodded solemnly. I understand your concerns. The humans may be long gone, but their legacy lives on in these remarkable vessels. We must proceed with extreme caution, lest we unleash something that we cannot control. Turning to his crew, the captain's expression hardened with determination. Increase our surveillance and security measures. I want constant monitoring of these reactivated ships, and any signs of unexpected activity or behavior are to be reported immediately. As the alien explorers continued their meticulous investigation, a growing sense of unease permeated their ranks. The more they learned about the humans and their technology, the more they realized that the true nature of this lost civilization remained shrouded in mystery, and the possibility that some remnant of their power might still lurk within the dormant fleet was a prospect that filled them with a mix of fascination and dread. As the alien explorers continued their meticulous investigation of the human spacecraft, a series of startling events began to unfold that would forever alter the course of their mission. It started with the gradual reactivation of more and more ships within the dormant fleet. One by one, the aliens watched in awe as the vessel's systems came back to life, their powerful engines igniting and their navigation lights blinking to life. Captain, we're detecting increased activity across the entire fleet, one of the monitoring officers reported, his voice tinged with a mix of fascination and unease. It's as if the ships are coordinating with one another. The captain's brow furrowed as he studied the incoming data. Explain. The power levels, navigation systems, and even the life support functions on the various vessels are synchronizing. The officer continued. It's almost as if they're communicating and working together to reactivate themselves. The captain's eyes widened as he considered the implications. You're telling me these ships possess some form of collective intelligence, that they're able to operate autonomously, without any direct control. The officer nodded grimly. That appears to be the case, sir, and the rate at which they're coming back online is accelerating. Across the fleet, the alien teams watched in stunned silence as the once dormant vessels stirred to life, their hulls glowing with power and their systems humming with activity. It was a sight both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling, a testament to the humans' remarkable technological achievements. Captain, we're detecting increased levels of electromagnetic radiation and fluctuations in the ship's power output, another officer reported. It's as if they're communicating with one another, coordinating their actions. The captain's expression darkened. Patch me through to all teams. We need to understand what's happening, and we need to do it quickly. Moments later, the alien explorers found themselves addressing the captain, their voices tinged with a mix of fascination and trepidation. The ships are definitely communicating, sir, one of the team leaders reported. Our scans indicate they're sharing data, synchronizing their systems, and even adjusting their flight paths and trajectories in concert. Another explorer chimed in, her tone cautious. And their capabilities. They're far beyond anything we've ever seen. These humans, or whatever they were, had a level of technological mastery that we can barely even comprehend. The captain's jaw tightened. Understood. Continue your observations, but maintain a safe distance. I don't want to risk provoking any kind of response from these vessels until we have a better understanding of what we're dealing with. As the alien crews watched the reawakening fleet with a mix of wonder and trepidation, a growing sense of unease settled over the entire operation. The sheer scale and complexity of the humans' technology was unlike anything they had ever encountered, and the prospect of unleashing an untamed, autonomous force of this magnitude was a sobering one. For now, the alien explorers could only observe and try to unravel the mysteries of this lost civilization. But as the ships continued to stir and the fleet's coordination grew ever more sophisticated, they couldn't help but wonder what other surprises might be in store for them. As the alien explorers continued their vigilant observation of the resurgent human fleet, a decision was made to attempt direct communication with the reactivated vessels. Captain, we've thoroughly studied the ship's communication systems and believe we've developed the capability to initiate contact, the lead researcher reported, his voice tinged with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. The captain nodded, his expression grave. Very well. Proceed with caution. We still know so little about the true nature of these humans and their technology. I want you to be prepared for any eventuality. The research team quickly set to work, configuring their communication systems to interface with the dormant vessels. After weeks of meticulous preparation, they were finally ready to make their first attempt at establishing contact. Initiating transmission, the lead researcher announced, his finger hovering over the activation button. Sending universal greeting and hailing frequencies. Let's see if we can get a response. The alien crew members held their breath as the message was broadcast across the void, its electronic signals weaving through the emptiness of space. Seconds ticked by intense silence, until, Captain, we're detecting a response. One of the officers exclaimed, his eyes widening. The ships are acknowledging our hail. The captain's brow furrowed as he listened to the incoming data. Fascinating. Can you decipher the message? The officer nodded, quickly tapping away at his console. It appears to be a basic recognition signal. Rudimentary, but unmistakably a response to our initial contact. The captain's expression softened slightly. So they are capable of communication. This is an important first step. Emboldened by the initial success, the alien team continued to refine their transmissions, gradually expanding the complexity of their messages. To their surprise, the human ships responded in kind, their replies becoming more sophisticated with each exchange. Captain, we're making progress, the lead researcher reported, a hint of excitement in his voice. The ships are demonstrating an ability to interpret and respond to our communications. It's as if they're learning from us. The captain's eyes narrowed. Learning? You mean they're adapting and evolving their communication protocols based on our interactions? The researcher nodded. Precisely, sir. It's a level of cognitive flexibility that we've never encountered before in any artificial intelligence system. These humans, or at least their technological legacy, are truly remarkable. As the alien-human dialogue continued, the explorers found themselves both fascinated and perplexed by the ship's behavior. The vessels seemed to exhibit a profound capacity for understanding and adaptation, far beyond what the aliens had anticipated. Captain, I believe we may be witnessing the beginnings of a complex, cooperative relationship between our two civilizations, the lead researcher said, his voice tinged with a sense of wonder. The ships are not only responding to our messages, but they're also exhibiting a willingness to share information and collaborate. The captain's expression remained guarded. That may be true, but we must still proceed with extreme caution. The true nature and intentions of these humans, or what remains of them, is still largely a mystery. We cannot afford to let our guard down, no matter how tempting the prospect of an alliance may be. As the alien explorers continued their delicate dance of communication and negotiation with the resurgent human fleet, they found themselves on the cusp of a momentous discovery. The secrets of this long-lost civilization were about to be unlocked, for better or for worse. As the cautious dialogue between the alien explorers and the resurgent human fleet continued, a series of startling discoveries began to emerge that would forever alter the course of their interactions. Captain, the information we've been able to extract from the ship's databases is both fascinating and deeply troubling. The lead researcher reported, his voice tinged with a mixture of awe and unease. The captain's brow furrowed. Elaborate. What have you discovered? The researcher took a deep breath before continuing. It would appear that the humans did not simply vanish as we had assumed. Rather, they were the victims of a catastrophic event that nearly destroyed their entire civilization. The captain's eyes widened. A catastrophic event? You mean they were not the victims of a gradual decline, but rather some sort of cataclysm? The researcher nodded solemnly. Yes, sir. The data we've uncovered suggests that the humans were in the midst of a period of rapid technological and societal advancement when they were suddenly and violently confronted with a threat that they were unprepared to face. The captain's expression darkened. What kind of threat could have brought down an entire civilization of such remarkable technological prowess? The researcher shook his head grimly. That, I'm afraid, is still unclear. The records we've accessed are fragmented and incomplete, but they indicate that the humans were engaged in some form of existential conflict, one that ultimately led to their downfall. The captain's brow furrowed as he considered the implications. Then what of these ships? If the humans were indeed wiped out, how is it that their technology has endured for so long? The researcher hesitated, his expression pensive. That, sir, is perhaps the most perplexing and unsettling aspect of our findings. It would appear that the humans, in their final moments, managed to activate some form of automated defense and preservation systems within their ships. The captain's eyes narrowed. You mean these vessels have been operating autonomously for centuries, or even millennia, in order to ensure the survival of their creator's legacy? The researcher nodded solemnly. Yes, sir. The ship's advanced AI systems seem to have been designed to maintain and ultimately reactivate the fleet, even in the absence of their original operators. It's a testament to the humans' foresight and technological mastery, but also a sobering reminder of the depths of the calamity that befell them. The captain fell silent, his mind racing with the implications of this revelation. The humans, it seemed, were not merely a lost civilization, but rather the victims of some unimaginable catastrophe, one that had somehow left their technological legacy to endure, independent of their existence. Captain, I believe this discovery calls for a fundamental reassessment of our approach, the researcher said, his voice grave. We can no longer view these ships as simply relics of a bygone era. They are the embodiment of a civilization that faced an existential threat, one that may still loom large over the galaxy. The captain nodded, his expression hardening with resolve. Agreed. Dispatch additional teams to gather more information and prepare our defenses. We must be ready for whatever secrets these humans' legacy may still hold, and whatever consequences their reawakening may bring. As the alien explorers delved deeper into the mysteries of the human fleet, a growing sense of unease and uncertainty settled over the entire operation. The fate of the humans, and the potential threat that their technological legacy might still pose, hung heavy in the air, a looming shadow that promised to shape the course of the galaxy's future. As the alien explorers grappled with the startling revelations about the fate of the long-lost human civilization, a newfound sense of purpose and determination began to take hold. Captain, our ongoing dialogue with the reactivated human ships has been illuminating, to say the least, the lead researcher reported, his voice tinged with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The captain nodded, his expression grave. "What have you learned?" The researcher hesitated for a moment, carefully considering his words. It would appear that the humans, in their final moments, made a concerted effort to ensure the survival and eventual reawakening of their technological legacy. These ships were designed with advanced self-preservation and autonomous systems, capable of maintaining and even upgrading themselves over the course of centuries. The captain's brow furrowed. So these vessels have been operating independently all this time, waiting for the day when they would be rediscovered. The researcher nodded solemnly. "Precisely, sir. And what's more, their communication and coordination abilities suggest a level of collective intelligence that far exceeds anything we've ever encountered before." The captain's expression darkened. "Then we must be prepared for the possibility that the humans' technological legacy may pose a threat, even if their creators are long gone." The researcher raised a hand, a hint of optimism in his voice. "However, sir, our interactions with the ships have also revealed a surprising willingness to cooperate and share information. They seem intrigued by our presence and open to the possibility of establishing a mutually beneficial alliance." The captain's eyes widened. "An alliance? You mean they're receptive to the idea of working with us?" The researcher nodded. "Yes, sir. The humans, or at least their technological progeny, appear to be driven by a desire to understand and learn from other civilizations. They've expressed a genuine interest in our own culture and capabilities, and have even offered to share some of their technological knowledge." The captain considered this for a moment, his expression pensive. "This is a remarkable development. If we can forge a meaningful alliance with these autonomous vessels, the potential benefits to our own civilization could be immeasurable." He paused, his gaze hardening with resolve. "However, we must still proceed with caution. The true nature and intentions of the humans' legacy remain largely unknown, and we cannot afford to let our guard down, no matter how tempting the prospect of cooperation may be." The researcher nodded in understanding. "Absolutely, sir. We will continue to monitor the situation closely and engage the ships with the utmost vigilance. But I believe this could be the start of a new era of cooperation and scientific advancement, one that transcends the boundaries of our own civilizations." As the alien explorers and the reawakened human fleet tentatively forged their alliance, a palpable sense of anticipation and trepidation hung in the air. The mysteries of the humans' past had been partially unraveled, but the true nature of their technological legacy remained shrouded in uncertainty. Yet, in the face of this challenge, both civilizations recognized the immense potential that lay before them. Together, they would embark on a journey of exploration and discovery, driven by a shared curiosity and a desire to unlock the secrets of the humans' remarkable achievements. It was a bold new chapter, one that would test the limits of their understanding and cooperation, but also hold the promise of a future shaped by the combined ingenuity and resilience of two remarkable civilizations.